your starter because I was leaving Climate Pledge Arena late last night, and obviously it's not the same, but I saw one of their reusable cups, and I thought it was like the Green Goblin mask. It was like, take it, Chuck. Take it,
Take
Chuck, and
it.
be like Jake. Yeah.
Be like Jake and
So
Brittany, to be clear. She has her own collection. Rest in peace.
is this like a Mariners fans thing where we just keep the cups that we get from the ballpark? Like
Yeah.
these two, Brittany, I say
We
these
keep
two,
the
Brittany's not
humps.
here this week. Hoping, oh, hoping for better. Welcome back to Manor Mondays. First of all, this is going to come out
Woo!
late on Monday, so it still counts. Um,
Mariner Monday night.
Month night.
Monday night.
We're already off with the silliness that we missed from Jake last week.
Making up for
Um,
lost time.
Brittany can't join us. She's feeling a little under the weather, so best wishes to Brittany. It seems like Jake passed his sickness on to her. Shame.
It's been no bad though.
Um, oh wait, so that means I'm the third in the rotation here. Great, we're
Yes.
going down
Yeah,
like the
you're
Mariners. This
next.
is not great. Um, yeah, so no, I don't know. It just seems like a Mariners fan thing. Like, growing up, I can go to my parents' house and see all of the reusable cups they kept over the years, and you can see the different designs. Like, I don't know. Guess it's just a thing. Jake and Brittany just do it. I have to make sure to add Brittany in that to do it fair.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
just do it with the aluminum cups that they sell for the beer. So there you go. Um, yeah, Jake, this is an interesting past week just because I mean things started out so well with this road trip for the Mariners with that series 3-game sweep of the Padres to begin. Oh, not series, piss off. The sweep of the Padres to begin the Better Cup, so they already have a leg up in that.
Yes.
Um,
I will say, it is so annoying the way MLB and MLB media as a whole is pretending that this is the first year of the Vetter Cup, like it's never been called that before,
um,
because it's the first like officially rival weekend, like rivalry weekend. But we've called this the Vetter Cup for years. It's not the first one. Stop calling it that.
yeah,
This
no,
whole
okay.
natural
I
rivals
was
thing is ridiculous,
It's
frankly.
it is well, and especially around sports, right? Because like for the other show that we do with Circling the Nest, that we'll have to get up and running again sometime, but it's also quiet time for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Like the NFL introducing their rivalry thing, right? How the Seahawks are
Hmm.
all the teams are going to have different, not all of them. I think over time, all of them, but the Seahawks are one of the teams that are going to have special rival jerseys this starting this year. I'm like, what are we trying to manufacture?
It's the collegification of professional sports.
So college sports gets professionalized. Professional sports gets, yeah, it's very weird. Very weird times that we're in. Um,
Especially, truly.
like weird times losing the middle game of the White Sox series 1-0. Like I
One of the
mean,
baseball games of all time.
certainly was. I mean, the Mariners were also in danger of a somewhat similar fate, kind of, in that opening series before that 4-run eighth inning, thanks to this Julio guy. He might be okay. Um,
I'm streets are saying that he might be, yeah, he might be
he
fine.
might be all right. I don't know. Yeah, so the Mariners they win that series against the White Sox. I mean, it seemed like the end of days for some people in the middle game, and I can understand that. Sure. The White Sox aren't the Rockies this year, so
Yeah, they're not like historically bad. They're just a normal bad team, and sometimes a normal bad team takes one. I mean, we're Mariners
they seem to
fans.
be
We have
actually
watched a lot
pitching
of
this year.
normal bad teams squeeze out a win every now and then.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
happens all the time. It's not a big
Um,
deal. If in September, when we do have that Rockies series finally, and we only go 2-1,
oh yeah.
I will expect some like uh, public ceremony where the person who's blamed gets tarred and feathered and thrown to the bed. Whoever has the lowest WPA in that game will be thrown to the bed. But
You
if and until that happens, not gonna
God,
get too
so
upset.
yeah, I forgot the Rocky series isn't until that like what final homestand of the year,
We play the Rockies and then we play the
then the
Dodgers back to
Dodgers,
back. It's
which
really funny.
so stupid. Um, wow, okay, yeah, nice call. I think so. I'm imagining I'm not gonna do the like in-depth look at the games. I feel like that wastes a lot of time. I'm imagining you're not showing much concern with that White Sox series, not as much as the Astros series, where
Oh
Seattle
god.
loses three of four. Again, kind of Brittany and I talked about it last week. Really weird to have a four gamer against the Astros.
Yeah.
Um,
It's strange.
First game was a blowout, and then the next three were all decided by 2 runs or less. The Mariners get that second one on Friday, but lose by a run on Saturday and lose by two on the 25th. Um,
That Saturday game was interesting because if you didn't
mhm.
watch, the Astros got their 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning off of errors. Um, Mariners
Yes.
bounced back, got a run themselves on a triple followed by an RBI ground out. And then nothing happened for the rest of the game. Nothing scored. But it was both an extremely winnable game in that the Mariners got a lot of runners in scoring position, but it was also extremely losable because they let a lot of Astros get into scoring position. Both teams went 0 for in scoring. Mariners, I think, 0 for 6, Astros 0 for 8. Um, both teams stranding 8 on base, I think. And it was, Mitch
Yep.
Garver got hit by a batted ball on a play that technically should not have been an out because the ball got past the fielder. The rule is if the ball gets past the fielder who had an opportunity to make the play and the runner is still hit by it, the runner is not called out for interference because it's not their fault that they got hit.
Ah,
It They couldn't see the ball. Somebody else already had the chance to make a play. The rule is only meant to be called if the runner was in front of the fielder. Walker at first base had the opportunity to make the play on the ball, got past him, and it just happened to hit Garver on the foot. Per the rules, that shouldn't have been called an out, but that's never going to get picked up because that happens so rarely that no umpire is going to know that. I'm sure now this week they're all reviewing the runner struck by batted ball rule. Um, but it was, yeah, they were just finding new ways to not score. That was a Donovan Solano hit, so even when Donovan Solano gets a hit, it doesn't work out. Um, Great. It was one of the games of all time. Extremely frustrating. Although Brian Woo's ERA did not like it went down because both runs were unearned, and he
God bless
still
Ryan Wu.
managed to get 6 innings out of him that game. But it was stinky. The Mariners right now are made up of like the loose extra pieces that you get after you build IKEA furniture, and they're just in your hand, and then you start stacking stuff on the shelf, and it makes a weird creaking noise, but it still holds up okay. Sooner or later, it's gonna fall, but yeah, maybe you can get some replacement screws in there before it starts really collapsing on you. I mean, they're still in first place by a game and a
Yeah.
half after
The
this series, but it's rickety.
folks will bring up how MLB will post that like after the Mariners have lost a series. Like I
Mm-hmm.
remember I think they posted it after that horrible homestand, the last homestand
Yes.
actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
they did.
And it was just like, why are you doing this? Like, and then the one today, I think it was today, it was like the Mariners are still floating. I'm like, shut up. Be no, you're not funny.
Get a
Um,
job. Stay away from her.
yeah, stay away. So I guess that that, and you already kind of touched on it a little bit, but looking at this that series in particular, but you could certainly go maybe through the month of May. Where is the concern level at? Because I mean, you look at this month, and there's some decent run numbers in here. I mean, 13 on the road against the Rangers in the first game of the month, which was on the second of the month. I see 5 runs, 6 runs pretty decently often, but you see some of these tougher teams to play, let's say, and Toronto, yeah, that ugly series. I mean, 3-3-1, 2-2, and then this Houston series where, you had actually played decently well against the Astros the last few years, right? Despite their reign
Yeah,
of torture and terror. They got
especially in
sent to
Houston.
yes. So like, and obviously with some of these players, the regression was going to happen. Like especially with Jorge Polanco, who I have often deemed the greatest hitter of all time,
Ooh,
who
his
I
his
think
May his May has not been good.
his May has been horrible. I think before that off day he got on, I think Saturday, he came into that game hitting like 121. His strikeout numbers had really come up. So I mean, the league figures you out. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
like any other professional sports league, but it is disappointing, especially considering the concerns, um, that the fan base and I feel like everybody has had regarding this team's offense. So I don't know, where are you at with this team right now? Because, you know, these stretches that they had, that stretch where they won the 9 consecutive series, that won't obviously get you automatically into the playoffs, but it'll help you for
Yeah.
times where you struggle. In a series loss at the end of the day against the the immovable pest that is the Houston Astros, even in years where there's seemingly supposed to be worse than they have been, they are a pain in the ass. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I do understand the greater concern that folks have. I don't know. Yeah, where are you at with these guys before they go and do a homestand that's somewhat unique against the Nationals, the Twins, who are red hot. There are prime headlines galore for those about Ty France. Um,
Oh
and
gosh,
the,
the Twitter.
and the Baltimore baseball Orioles, who seem to have forgotten to play baseball. So it's certainly an interesting homestand ahead of them.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating. I try not to be too reactionary with it because, like, I know, for some reason, baseball, longest season in American sports, it generates the most reactionary takes possible. Where everyone's you lose one game, filled with the unholy rage of 1,000 suns. They're still in first place, you know? Like I was telling you before the show, in the month of May, the Mariners had a team WRC plus of exactly 100. So they've been playing mid, and you know what? They've been winning a mediocre amount of games this month. I'm glad the month of May is over. We were saying this, or is almost over, to be technically accurate. Um, but we were saying this when the month started. Here's my pocket schedule that I stole from the team store. Um, I think they're free. I hope
Pretty
they're
sure.
free. Yeah, they're free. Uh,
Oh,
I hope they're free. Look, the month of May, there it is. If that's going to be in focus, probably not. Look at all those away games. Look at that. Disgusting. Awful. We knew this was going to be a tough month when it started. I'm glad that May is basically over. I'm glad that they're coming back home. I'm glad that they have three series in a row at home. Crazy. The two series homestand. I'm sick of it. Hate it. Give me at least a week in the home ballpark. Um,
give me one of them thick ones.
yeah, exactly. And don't give me the 3 game away series like we had against the Giants earlier. Like what
Oh
was
yeah.
that? But don't do that, MLB. I'm glad they're finally coming back home. And yeah, the Nationals, that's a winnable series. The Baltimore Orioles, they better win that series. And the Twins, they get to play in the AL Central, which I shouldn't say that as much anymore because I believe um, the the mid division of the American League has moved to the AOS, and the Mariners are in first place with 55% win rate, um, which we're supposed to be grateful for that.
Mhm.
Um, I'm I try not to, but it's too easy. Um, so yeah, I'm not too stressed out. I think the team's going to be okay. I'm a little bit sweaty thinking about Houston, especially going forwards for the season series. Losing 3 here was pretty tough. Combined with the one loss from the previous series, you only
Mhm.
have 6 more games to play against Houston. You basically have to win out there to take the division. Well, you don't literally have to, but I could do math. You're 3-4, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're 3-4. You got 6 games to play against the Astros. You got to win those. Um, and I'm not worried about the Angels. The Angels are fake. Don't let them trick you. Don't fall for the hype. The Angels are fake.
Classic Anaheim.
Classic
It
Anaheim.
is not Los Angeles. Let's not lie.
Yes, exactly. I would never lie. Um, except when I say the Mariners are good. But I don't.
Gotcha.
I don't. I don't. They're not awful. George is back. Logan's gonna be back soon, ideally. The streets are saying TM. Um, Casey Lawrence is back.
Oh my God.
Actually, did they explode him again yet?
No, he's.
He's up for good? Not for good.
I'll check MLB transactions, but I saw that the guys they did explode and Jesse Hahn and Austin Shenton both cleared and are back coma. So that's kind of
I
funny.
can't believe nobody wanted Austin Shenton.
Wow, the Baltimore Orioles yesterday did sign Cooper Hummel.
Whoa, Hooper
So
Cumble.
they we should be scared.
Oh man, is it bad to say I kind of miss him? If not, just because his name's kind of funny.
That's fair.
The Mariners, uh,
I
they have a way of just finding the most like glub shitto type guys out there.
I still am so sad that he was like part of the deal that saw Kyle Lewis go.
Oh God, he
My
was,
s-
wasn't he?
my dear king, Kyle Lewis.
I was
Oh
in the
God.
mall when that deal broke. I remember like just walking around Spencer's thinking about Kyle Lewis,
I
which is an
swear he
interesting place to think about a baseball player, to be clear.
Spencer's. Yeah.
Yeah, good Lord. Hooper Hummel. I mean, Cooper Hummel.
You were terrible.
I'm really bad. Hey, did you know that these next three games against the Nationals are value games? It says so on the schedule I stole.
My God. Well,
Speaking of value games, did you see the deal that the Braves have right now? It's the Austin
mhm.
Riley double deal, they're calling it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Two hot dogs and two 24-ounce Coors Lights for $8.49. Eight
That's pretty
dollars
good.
and 49 cents for two hot dogs and 48 ounces of beer. I will learn to love Miller Lite if the Mariners do an It's Miller Time deal like that.
Oh, you just wrote that for them.
I
So
did. I am officially Mariners Department of whatever stadium experience, right? Um, Steal that from the Braves. You can't let the Braves outsmoke you like that. You gotta lock in. All right, I'm gonna put my camera back before it
you
breaks.
gotta lock in.
You gotta lock in.
I did last week get uh I've seen the Randy bobblehead, and so I did a little bit of schmoozing. Um,
Ooh, is it good?
hey man, he's got a chain in it. So like, it's hard to
I need a friend
dislike it.
for my Julio bobblehead.
There you go. You need to come and get that and then get which fish should be next?
Um, I think I'm gonna go with King next. I think I'm gonna do Silver. I'm probably gonna end up doing Sockeye last because like he's the most boring to me.
Okay,
So it's
that's
between
fair.
King and Silver, and I do like Silver. I'm the
You
only
like oh
I am the only Silver enjoyer on the planet, and it's because I respect women, and no one else does.
uh, okay.
Think about it.
We're
Think
gonna
about
I'm
it.
gonna take the show and put it back on the rails. Um,
The
yeah, no,
Mariners are mid.
it's certainly interesting because obviously the offense and the team exceeded a lot of the expectations that were
Oh
had
God, yeah.
for them, through the first few months. And I don't know, it is interesting to look at this lineup and think that some things are legitimate, some things are good in terms of the offense, like Cal Raleigh. He can do no wrong.
True.
Saint Cal. Um, you know, I still think that was funny having a betting account get mad at me at Cal Raleigh for his first like week. And then he's just gone. What's JP doing recently? It is interesting though. I know a lot of the topic of discussion with this team has been sort of the bench. Ooh.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, how about those M's?
Oh, I'm excited.
I know. Where are you going to watch all those away games, though?
Away games. Huh. I was thinking of coming here since, after all, Rough and Tumble is the home of Circling Seattle Sports.
I love that idea. Hope to see y'all here.